All right, we're talking major 7 chords today. We're going to take that idea of resolving the root note down to the major 7 and we're going to apply it to Misty. I'm just going to talk you through real basic, just a couple of chords here. E major 7 shell, E flat major 7 shell. Okay. B minor 7 shell. Let's call it a D flat minor major 7 shell. To A flat major 7, just the root and the major 7. Don't worry, I'm going to go back through this real quick. Okay, E flat major 7, 6, 5, 7. B flat minor 7, 6, 6, 6. 4, 2, 5. That's the D flat minor major 7. And then the root and the major 7 of A flat. Okay, remember yesterday during our ear training we discussed the idea of hearing the E flat major triad or any major triad where the root note wants to pull down to the 7, so that the 7 is not really a tension note or a color note we're adding to it, but it actually takes over control of the root note. It makes the root note feel unstable, like it wants to pull down. So you can actually descend down into this with an E flat major triad. And you'll hear that when you resolve the E flat note down a half step, it gives this wonderful sound. Versus if we played, that would be the pure major version or the old school kind of classical version where the leading tone wants to resolve up to the root note. Okay, that's the sound of Misty, right? Misty is not like some bright, cheerful song. It's not a joyful song, it's a ballad. Okay, it really pulls at your heartstrings. The major 7 pulls at the heartstrings. The pure major or the 6th chord is more kind of just like in your face, obvious, happy. Okay, I'm just walking down, I'm taking that major 7 target note and walking it down chromatically here. This is not the melody to Misty. I'm just implying the changes here. Well, I'm actually kind of stating the changes, but melodically, I can actually imply the sound of the changes just with this melody that I wrote. D, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, G. And notice again, when I get to the A flat, I'm not resolving to the root note. The root note is not the most stable note here. I'm resolving to the major 7, to G. Okay, this is basically the gist of what I wanted to give you today, was this sound. Okay, get your ear lined up with this idea of resolving to the major 7, not to the root note. We kind of have to forget momentarily that we're playing an E flat or an A flat chord and avoid that root note and target the major 7. Avoid is probably too strong of a word. Use the root note as a tension note to drop us down to the major 7. Okay, that's what's going to provide the weight, the emotional intensity or drama of the color that is major 7. It's a very heavy sound, and it really just kind of pulls on your heartstrings. It should make you a little misty, right? Like that's kind of the whole idea of it. It's a much sadder sound than just good old-fashioned major. Okay, so play around with this idea. Just like get it in your fingers, in your ears. And as you get used to the sound of it and the concept of using the root note, the chord's root note, as the tension note resolving you down to the major 7, then start getting a little more experimental and try moving this around a little bit. You can do it in different octaves. You can play different notes leading into it. I'm just playing the E flat major triad, but I'm ascending. Can you hear the A flat note pulling down to the G note? Now I'm leaping up an octave. That was up an octave. Now I'm going up another octave. Where did I start off? Okay, we tend to think, and we're taught this, and it's true, I'm not discounting it, but we tend to think very often 5-1, right? Dominant chord, tonic, and we're told in classical theory, and it's true, that the tritone of the dominant, so in this case E flat 7, that the flat 7, the D flat note wants to resolve down a half step when we go to the tonic chord. Okay, that gives good voice sitting. And we're told that the third of the E flat chord, G, which is the leading tone of the key signature we're in, wants to resolve up a half step to the root note. Right, that gives a very clean voice leading for an old school classical kind of sound, but it's a little bit square when it comes to playing over jazz. If you wanted to play over jazz, we might, for the pure major, not major 7, we might resolve, we could do that. I'm not saying you can't, but we might want to resolve the third of E flat down a whole step to give us that slightly more colorful 6th chord. Okay, that's going to get us a little bit more into like traditional jazz sounds. And what I'm pointing out is that that third of E flat doesn't necessarily want to resolve. If you want to create the sound of major, you can stay on the third of E flat, or even do like kind of a sus chord dominant to get a resolution down to the major 7. that today, especially since the PDF's not being super friendly with us, but hopefully by the time you watch this, it will be available. Check the link in the description for it. Hit me with questions in the comments. Friday is our 50th daily lesson. We've been doing this for almost 50 days now. So all week long, we're doing our 50 themed sale. I sent the links out to it in email. Okay, it's only for people who are members of the website, or at least signed up for the newsletter. So check your email if you didn't see it yet. If you still can't find it, shoot me a message, or if you're not on the on our email newsletter, hit me up privately and let me know, and I can send you the link, or just join the newsletter. And by newsletter, I just mean subscribe to anything. If you download PDFs, if you're a member of our study group, if you're whatever. We'll leave it at that today. Tomorrow we'll do some comping. We might kind of stick with this idea of the major 7, like what distinguishes major 7 versus a 6 chord or a pure major. That might be a fun thing to do. So we'll be back tomorrow for How Chords Move. Friday will be our advanced melodic triad concepts, and then the sale ends this weekend. So if you want to grab Skype lessons, if you're considering joining our study group, all that stuff is discounted this week. So grab it while it is, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy practicing. Hey YouTube, it's Jordan Clemens with NYC Jazz Guitar Master Classes and the Melodic Triad Study Group. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a ton of content coming out on YouTube this year. We've been doing daily jazz guitar lessons, so I'm going to be posting videos like this pretty much every day. So if you dug this and you want to follow me, subscribe and make sure that you turn on notifications so that you can watch more videos like this. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you in the comment section. Hope to see you in the next video.